Hi, today today is my podcast. This is a hi, welcome back to listen to Wow Think for this is a podcast that should be probably exist but doesn't. Today episode is about a man who refuses to be assaulted, and I don't mean that metaphorically, and I mean it's a literally was asked and which side do you belong to, and he just didn't accept the question. And I'm talking about today Toba Tek Singh. Toba Tek Singh, a short story by Saadat Hasan Manto, written in the 1955. And the main theme is the absurdity of this partition, the way of politics draw lines on the map and expected human beings to just to recognize and themselves accordingly. And so here the setup of the story, main character of this story, main part of this story. In the post of 1947, India and Pakistan have been divided, and someone in the government has the idea, okay, we should also divide it, the lunatic asylum. Muslim patents go to Pakistan, and Hindu and Sikh patent is in India. So now the government is deciding which is mentally ill people belong to which is country, people who don't even fully understand where the are being relocated based on the religious identity. They may not even be aware of the in their current state. Manto is already making his point, and the story has really started more conversation like you are this generally. Now, my first example, this is the example that is with you, the patent name of Bishen Singh. Everyone call him the Toba Tek Singh because that the term he keeps asking about the every single day, and he asked where is the Toba Tek Singh, which side is the on. So nobody can give him a straight answer, and because honestly nobody really know the border are new, the information is unclear, and the entire situation is a chaos. So when it comes to our transfer patent, is a Bishen Singh is supposed to cross in India. So but he stopped right there, and in the middle, in the no man land between the India and Pakistan, he doesn't move, he doesn't speak, he stand there, and then he fall down, and he dies right there in the space between two countries, belonging to neither, refusing to belonging to either. So that's image. A man dying in no man land, no manto, entire argument in one scene. Then my second example that lunatic versus the sane people. Throughout throughout the story, Manto keeps doing two things and he's know the as the patent, the asylum, being confused and chaotic, irrational. Then he saw us the government officially, the politic administration outside also being a confused, chaotic, and irrational. There is a patent who climb a tree and gives a speech about the creation of a Pakistan of 2 hours. Nobody knows where he's saying. He eventually climbed down. Is there more abuse than politics deciding that a man who has lived his entire life in one town must know because of his religious be considered as a citizen of a country? So that's it didn't exist 5 years ago. Manto answer is no. It's the same level of the abuse. The only difference is who get called mad and who get called officially. And so here my interpretation. And Manto is not a writing a political commentary. It's a traditional sense. He doesn't not saying one side was right and other was wrong. He's saying the entire framework was wrong because the idea that can take up people who shared land, share the language, share the food, share the street, and suddenly tell them they are fundamentally separate. There is some madness. Totally. And there is a diagnostic distancing. Dying in no man land is not a tragedy of one man. So it's a verdict on the entire historical event. This literally could not exist on either side because he was from a place and not religious. And the partition had no category of the that direct. And this is what this story makes me think about the personally, and how many of my identities were chosen by me and how the many were just to handed to me. So religion nationality, community. Most of it was decided before I had an say. So Bishen Singh, she asked one simple question, his own life, where is my home? And the world couldn't answer him. That's a word said. And with Manto didn't write the story of the comfort you, he wrote is so you stop being comfortable. That is episode. And thank you for listening to my podcast. I hope I'm telling a bit connected story so you understand the story, what exactly means of this podcast. So hope you are understand and listen to my podcast. Thank you. Welcome to back my channel and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you. Goodbye.